this song sounds calm, cool, and chill. A song by Nirvana, but it's actually about a true story of a kidnapping that took place that Kurt Cobain read about. You want to know what's really crazy about that song? It's written from the perspective of me, the kidnapper. And that's not even the craziest part of the song. Kidnapping. That's right, the popular topic in music history, as everybody knows. How did I escape that last kidnapper? Well, I used my tiger tactics, and I kicked him in the balls, and then I took a run for it. So here I am now, discussing kidnapping. One story I'll be talking about the perspective of a kidnapper, and later on tonight, I will tell you someone who was once actually kidnapped, and his story and how he came about that and overcame being kidnapped. That's right, he. Anyways, but we got a lot of good stuff for you. Of course, we're gonna hit you with some gnarly commercial breaks that are gonna be super fun to break up this such a tragic. I don't know if it's tragic, because these stories took a twist, so it isn't exactly what you think. They took a twist and a turn, so they ended up actually with some decent stories towards the end that didn't end in complete death, as sometimes, most of the time, these cases unfortunately do. And not only that, but we also got Sinister Selena, who was going to recommend one of the gnarliest movies that you could ever see. Every episode features Sinister Selena, because I love horror movies, I love the macabre, and if you love the macabre, you love gnarly stories and tales from the underground, you are in the right place. I am Cat's Pajamas, and you are tuned in to Tales from the Underground, Gnarr Gnarr TV. Okay, so yes, Nirvana, Kurt Cobain, the musical genius, the poet, he's absolutely incredible. Nirvana is from the 90s, incredible grunge band, and they really put grunge on the map. There's debate on if they made the genre themselves, or was it kind of a ripoff? Not a ripoff, but inspired by other musicians who are already dabbling in this fairly new genre. One thing's for certain is they put grunge on the map. If it wasn't for Nirvana, we wouldn't know grunge, and we wouldn't be having dudes wearing flannel t-shirts around their waists with cut-off shorts and whatnot. Whoa! So he was writing really incredible music, incredible poet, and he was inspired by a real kidnapping. In 1987, a girl was kidnapped. She attended a concert. She was in her teens, and as she was walking out, the details on how exactly she got kidnapped are unclear, but she was leaving a concert. She never made it home. Some guy picked her up and took her back to his apartment, where he had some pulley or some type of device hooked up to his ceiling, and he hung her upside down, kind of how you would have you ever seen those sharks and shit on the beach where they there are fish, and they prize possession, they hang them upside down? He had her like that, and he was torturing her for days and doing all types of crazy shit. The girl ended up escaping this guy. She got away after a few days of absolutely horrific things. I mean, what a total mindfuck that must have been. So Kurt Cobain read this and decided it would be a brilliant idea to write a song about it. However, the twist, the turn, he didn't write it from as someone observing. He didn't write it from the perspective of the girl. He wrote it as if he was the kidnapper. He put himself in the position of this fucking kidnapper guy. That's what makes a song really spooky and interesting. It's kind of, when I heard it when I was younger, I was like, okay, cool, this is a chill, calm song. But hearing it, knowing this knowledge now, try it. I dare you to try to listen to this song. You will never hear it the same. Total mindfuck. Incredible. I have the lyrics here, so we can get into the lyrics. Polly wants a cracker. I think I should get off her first. I think she wants some water to put out the blowtorch. That's right, he was torturing her with a blowtorch. One of the details in the fucking story. Isn't me, have a seed. Let me clip your dirty wings. Let me take a ride, cut yourself. Want some help, please myself. Obviously this guy, the real kidnapper, was doing some real fucked up, horrific things and just having his will and taking pleasure out of this. Get some rope, haven't told, promise you, have been true. Let me take a ride, cut yourself. Want some help, please myself. Polly wants a cracker. I mean, it's... how does one do something like that? For one, how does someone become a kidnapper? And how do you put yourself in a position of the kidnapper to write a song? It's just incredible. But, okay, so let's continue on, right? Polly wants a cracker. Maybe she would like some food. She asked me to untie her. A chase would be nice for a few. So here he is, he's kind of just like having fun with the idea of kind of letting her go. And in the real story of what happened, the girl did say that that was one of the ways that she was able to get away. She complied. She just was like, kind of gave up. Like, okay, this is my life now. This is the situation. I'm probably not going to make it out alive. I'm just going to say yes and just do whatever this guy wants me to do. He didn't fight anymore. So now the kidnapper is kind of getting bored and is letting her go for a chase just to make it more challenging or something like that. So let's continue on with these lyrics. Polly says her back hurts. She's just as bored as me. What kind of a killer would think some shit like that? Like, oh, she's probably bored, just as bored as me. Like, what was Kurt thinking there? She caught me off guard. Amazes me, the will of instinct. And that's really what did happen. At some point, she became so comfortable with the guy. Comfortable, right? That he got comfortable and he thought, oh, this chick ain't going nowhere, right? She's with me, she's stuck, she's given up on life. So this is my property now. So now they're driving somewhere. They're trying to, I don't know where they're driving to or why they'd be driving or why he would take her. But he let her go. She wasn't tied or anything. And they were just driving. Probably had a gun or the blowtorch or something. And he looked away, wasn't paying attention. As soon as she got the opportunity, she had the door unlocked. She opened the door, tucked and rolled because they were in a moving vehicle. She finally got, stopped and got up and ran to the nearest convenience store. And she just kept running. And at that point, the killer thought, fuck. Or not the killer, the kidnapper was like, fuck, I'm fucked. But then also was thinking, you know what? she had a blindfold on. He had her blindfolded this whole time. She didn't see where his location was, where he lived. So she doesn't remember the route or where, like, she has nothing on him. Turns out she was peeking through that blindfold and did in fact know where he lived. So this guy goes home thinking I'm good. And next thing you know, the cops show up. She knew the details. She knew where he was at. That fool got busted. And so it was all over the news. And so that's what he says here. She caught me off guard. It amazes me, the will of the instinct. Like, she was just, that whole time, it may have seemed like she had given up and gave up hope or whatever, but she didn't. She was well aware. She was playing it off. She was waiting for her opportunity to make him comfortable enough to let go and be relaxed so she could fucking make her run for it, attack him, or do some shit. And it fucking worked. Absolutely incredible. And then Kurt Cobain reads about this. Maybe you watch the news and decides, you know what would be fucking cool? If I make a song about this. It just sounds like a chill acoustic song, which is incredible. I think that's what makes this thing more eerie. You have a lot of perspective songs, for example, Natural Born Killers by Ice Cube and Dr. Dre, but they set the tone right from with the beat drop as automatically you know you're going into a mind of a killer. We'll be right back, and when we get back, we're going to talk about someone who was actually kidnapped and made it into the music business.
The dawn of a new generation in luxury personal weaponry.
Annihilator 2000 is constructed of a lightweight aluminum alloy combined with the new polymer technology, making it totally resistant to
The
corrosion.
Annihilator 2000 is a lightweight, high-performance weapon that meets the demands of the new generation of upper-income urban Annihilator 2000 has the conveniences of a cellular telephone with fax machine and a microwave. Full alarm systems, a compact disc player, digital AM/FM radio, video camera, and playback functions are just a few of the features of the extraordinary Annihilator 2000.
All right, y'all, we're back, and now we're going to talk about, we don't need that anymore. Somebody who was kidnapped. And this person, as it turned out to be an incredible artist, and you would have never guessed that this person went through these things, but they did, in fact, go through these things. The person was 4 years old when it happened, and this happened in 1983. He was kidnapped for 2 years, and he said within those 2 years, he was tortured, abused physically, mentally, emotionally, and sexually abused. So he was just being tossed around back and forth. The person who had kidnapped him was I'm not sure if it was his dad or his stepdad, but I know that the person that took him from baby mama took him away. It was somebody that was close to the family. And typically when these kidnaps happen, you know, with the Amber Alerts and shit that we get on our phones, most of the time it is another family member doing so. So he was kidnapped, and the way that he was found, actually, the way that they found him was that they posted his story up that he was missing. They put it on America's Most Wanted. This was a big show in the 80s and the 90s where they would help unsolved cases. They would put all that information out there. I don't think there's a show like that now. Is there a show like that now? But leave it in the comments. Back then, you had Unsolved Mysteries and you had America's Most Wanted, where people would basically share their story, share pictures, any information they had to help solve these crimes. So it took a village to help solve these crimes. The police and investigators could only do so much. And so this show helped a lot of people heal and get restored. And
We showed you pictures of 55 missing children. Some of them have been found because of you.
In 1983, 7-year-old Brian McCain was one of the dozens of missing children whose pictures were shown at the end of the made-for-TV movie about Adam Walsh. Because someone in Oklahoma recognized his picture that night, Brian and his 2 sisters were rescued.
Was found. Somebody saw him, they've called it in, like, hey, I've seen that kid, I've seen this person, and they were able to rescue him and bring him back to his family. Now, the person who I'm talking about is Busy Bone of the group Bone Thugs in Harmony. That's right, that's incredible. Busy Bone, one of the I mean, they're all incredible, but he's a staple in the band, in the group. They all are. What am I talking about? They're all just incredible. You can't have anyone not be in the group. I've seen them live it's hard to get them all together. But Busy Bone of Bone Thugs was kidnapped, and he didn't talk about it in his music very much. As a matter of fact, I don't think I've heard anything. As a matter of fact, I don't think anybody knows anything he fucking says in a lot of those raps. I just try to quote fucking one of his lyrics in any song. It's very hard. But that's right. Busy Bone survived a kidnapping, a real kidnapping. And he said it did traumatize him and affect him, and music saved his life. Joining the group had actually done so much for him mentally that it did absolutely incredible things. And I think that's absolutely great about the art world, the music world, the healing power that it has, and the things that it can do. It can take you to a mysterious place where you're 1 minute you're a kidnapper, or if you had been kidnapped, it can take you out of that place into a world where you escape those thoughts and that negative world that you were once living in for a while.
Something for my people, and though I know that Rita, even though you're dead, love everything green. Well, that's what my sister say. God said, wanna get you fucked up, wanna get you fucked up. Wanna take one hit that'll make you half shot. Nigga, shut the fuck up.
Cut from there and get to Sinister Selena. She's absolutely incredible. I can't wait to see what movie she recommends. It's always the gnarliest movies. She truly is sinister, and her name really is Selena. So Sinister Selena, take us away, and when we get back, we're gonna wrap this thing up, and you do not want to miss the information for the next episode on Gnarr Gnarr TV.
Hello, and welcome back. It's your Mistress of Mayhem, your cinematic slasher movie recommendator. I don't know, recommendator, is that a word? Probably. And for today, we're recommending something that has a remake coming out, which I'm super excited for. It's coming to a city near you, and you should check it out. But before you check this out, or before you check that out, you should check this out. And what we have is The Toxic Adventure, 1984, directed by Lloyd Kaufman and Michael Hertz. It's over-the-top gory and campy and funny, and it's romantic. Today, if you were to play this, it would be a little problematic, but that's why we love it so much. It follows Melvin, who is this nerdy little boy working at a gym. And of course, the popular kids pick on him. Everyone hates him. No one wants to be Melvin. Melvin don't even want to be Melvin. And the Toxic Avenger is this handsome hunk right here who seeks vengeance on all the criminals in Tromaville. And the really cool thing about Lloyd Kaufman films is that they're kind of all connected. So if you've seen Poultry Guys, you've seen snippets of this in that film. It's kind of like a multiverse, a universe of everything. So it's really cool. I would check out the Toxic Avenger. And I would check out all of other Lloyd Kaufman's films.
Meet little Melvin. He's a 90-pound weakling. Everyone hated Melvin.
I'm gonna take this mop and shove it down your throat.
They teased him.
I want to do it with you. Okay.
They taunted him. They tormented him until he had a horrifying accident and fell into a vat of nuclear waste, transforming little Melvin into a hideously deformed creature of superhuman size and strength. Melvin became the Toxic Avenger.
So sit down, grab some popcorn, grab a friend, and throw this bad boy on. Till next time.
What did I tell you? What did I tell you? Wasn't that incredible? She comes up with the most insane movie recommendations. It's always fun. A great escape from reality. Now, the next time on Gnarr Gnarr TV, we're going to be talking more about the occult and cannibalism, and also Charles Manson murders, musical influence, the biggest musical influence in history that isn't in fucking music. It's going to be incredible. You don't want to miss out. If you want to hear more Gnarr Gnarr stories, more incredible macabre stories, tales from the underground, then you're in the right place. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what's your favorite horror story that has to do with music or whatever. Maybe we'll talk about it next time. But subscribe, skis. I'm Cat's Pajamas. This is Gnarr Gnarr TV. A rato, gato. Meow.